Hello, this is Dr. Moparthi. Welcome to Crowdsourced AI project. Today, we're going to see some more examples of how we can define policies to control the access to AWS resources. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So let's take this example, for example. So this is a policy, and we have a statement, and it allows, look at the while key, access key star. Instead of listing each individually, we can include wildcard star. So what that means is you can either include all these things individually, or you can simply include IAM access key. So the way I put it here is I created a policy document, same JSON that from here I copied from there, and I imported. I got my statement, and I got my action. And when I go to that action, I see that when I go to that statement, I got my statements, and then within the statement, I have actions, and within that action, I have all this. So you see how I'm drilling down. So that's a way to include multiple things. Anyway, so that's one example. And so wherever you see this wildcard star, so that means all the things that you can perform, you can put as individual names are included. Okay, that's all in this for now. Okay, so let's move on to a new service, S3, and talk about how S3 it can be used, simple storage. And S3 service can be used to manage different types of objects in S3. So let's go to AWS documentation, S3. And policy document definition is important because everywhere we provision resources, we can control the access to IAM users, roles, user groups. So it's important to understand how policies can be implemented. All right, what is Amazon S3? Amazon S3 is a storage service. So it's like basically storing files in the cloud. So the first concept is you need to have a bucket before you can start uploading files into S3. So S3 service. Oops. S3 service as a bucket or buckets. We have buckets, and then in each bucket In each bucket, you can put objects. So I can have one or more buckets. In each bucket, I can put a whole bunch of S3 objects. S3 objects. Okay, I can put one or more objects. Okay, and then every object has a key, object key. Object key because we want to identify using that key, that object. And every object is unique, can be identified across accounts. So object key. And then about this object, I can have additional metadata or data, all other. So for example, I can say object storage class, storage class. So there are different types of storage classes that I can designate this particular object. So that's all, So now I can attach policies to this bucket. I can have policies attached to the bucket. I can have policies attached to the objects. I can control, because everything is a resource, each object is a resource. I can define the resource, and then I can create a policy and attach that policy to a particular user wherever I want. So the rest of the documentation is all about understanding how do you create a bucket, delete a bucket, um, how do you designate an object with a particular type of storage class, and then how you can change from one storage to another storage class, and how do you attach policies, all that good stuff. So with this understanding, if you go through this documentation, it should be pretty straightforward, whatever they're saying. Oops. Let me clear that. Undo. Okay. So here, this object can be versioned. So there is another concept called versioning. So if you enable is version, let's say. Okay. In C1, C2 diagrams, I always yes or no question. Always I will use is version. Is as the prefix, is version. So it can only have two objects. One is yes, and the other one is no. So suppose this object is connected to yes, so that means this object can be versioned. So once you have versioning going on, so let me draw here. So I can maintain different versions. Object version. So I can have that entire object copied as a old version. When I upload a new one, and if this is yes, then it will take the old one, copy it into version, and then put the latest one in S3. And this is when you access, this is what you will get. This is the old version. So like that, if I upload this object, this file, let's say file 1 that I'm uploading, and if it is versioned, so if I upload 3 times, I'll get 2 old versions and 1 latest. And then if it is a standard storage class, then all these things will be maintained all the time. 99.99% availability. So that's the versioning concept there. What else? I think that's it. I think this is all, rest is all more examples, explanation. So I will do some more maybe in the next video. But this is the essence of S3 storage. Pretty straightforward. All right. That's all I have for today. Thank you. Take care. Bye. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. Bye-bye.